a fan of you and I being a fan, but bringing it to you live and not being able to bring the full playoffs to you, the championship game, but this community, the Brandon Valley community, the Lynx, you as an alumni, bringing a state championship back to Brandon is massive in 11 AAA. Now remember, and we've said this for years now, Kyle and I have been together for a couple of years.
Fourth year of Lynx TV, yep.
And so we've always said these Sioux Falls schools, a majority of them double our size in
enrollment,
and actually enrollment. And that's, just think about that, folks, when you think about how this team and this program, this coaching staff, the athletic department, Randy Marceau, our athletic director,
unbelievable.
Everybody that's involved in this, making that happen last year was massive.
And it's not only the football team. The Lynx also celebrated championships for the boys and girls basketball, and obviously we'll be on the call for boys basketball once again, and I think Chuck and Todd should be there for the girls. But this is a big opportunity here for the Lynx in front of their home crowd to really remind people why they were the best team in the state last year. And look, there was no doubt about it last year. We talked about it all year long. Every week they just got better and better and better. And all of a sudden you and I are sitting here in the quarterfinal game and we're looking at each other like, Ken, this team could win the state championship. And not only did they beat up on that Washington team in that championship game. I know it was a one-possession game, but they really took it to them. And they got a lot of returning starters here. Ty McCann is back. Tommy Skolton is back. Jackson Hilton on defense is back. Austin Vegan's got some time last year. Alex Wickersham's brother Luke is in the starting lineup this year. And you got Rogo, Bennett, Vanderbush, Katie. There's some turnover on this lineup, obviously, but this Lynx team is here, and they are going to be competing for another championship this year. There's no doubt about it.
I truly believe that. And remember last year when we were at Howard Wood, and I was at that game. I believe you were at game 1 last year. Am I correct?
I was not there, no.
Okay. But we lost 45 to 3 last year. Mm-hmm. And so everybody coming into the Howard Wood game this year against Roosevelt, us losing that opening matchup.
A little sluggish.
Remember this team and remember this coaching staff, this program. They kind of tend to start a little slow. But, man, do they make adjustments throughout the year and peak, don't they?
Yeah, especially the defense. Matt Christensen, unbelievable coach. Some of the defensive starters returning as well. We talked about Hilton. Muchkanowsk is back. Joe Kolbeck is back. Eli Klein got some time last year. Parker Reed is back. This defense, I recognize almost every single one of these names on defense. This defense is back, and they are back with a vengeance. Only giving up 16 points to O'Gorman. Sluggish game against Roosevelt. It sounded like there were some turnovers in there and such. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get at the game. The Lynx, as you can see, are taking the field here in my favorite color combination, black jerseys with red on top, black helmets and white pants. They look sharp. Hopefully they play sharp. This should be a game where they can take control early with the running game. And Tate Johnson, who had just an incredible season last year. So I don't see this offense being slowed down very much this year as Tommy Skolton, third-year starting quarterback, just runs through the tunnel there. I got goosebumps, man. I'm excited for this thing.
We are, and I hope you are too. They're at home, and if you're watching it on Alliance Communications or on YouTube on the Lynx channel, make sure that you're following our sponsors too. I mean, we're gonna read these off to you one by one tonight, and give them a little shout out if you see them in the community or wherever they are, because they truly are the reason we're able to bring this to you on a night like tonight.
And we got some new members of our team just really quickly. Justin Oakland of Oakland Homes, Bill Thompson, your State Farm agent, Harry Buck with Hague Realtors, Alliance Communication, First National Bank, the Pizza Ranch Brandon Community Foundation, the Brandon Valley Journal, Taco John's, the Brandon Valley Area Chamber of Commerce, the Brandon Valley Booster Club, and Sioux Valley Energy. And we're going to tell you a little bit about each of those sponsors and how important they are to the community. But first, we are going to honor our country with the playing of the national anthem by the Brandon Valley Trumpet Line.
Valley Springs American Legion Post 131. The privilege of this game is made possible by those who have fought and continue to fight for the freedoms we enjoy. God bless our veterans and active military and all they do for our nations and our local communities. Will you please rise for the playing of our national anthem? Proper etiquette is to remove all headwear, face the flag, and put your hand over your heart. Active duty military personnel or veterans not in uniform may salute the flag. Playing our national anthem will be the Brandon Valley Trumpet Line under the direction of Emily Hensley. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem. Thank you.
Kickoff moments away here. 1-1 Lynx, 1-1 Aberdeen Central, as we just heard the great trumpet line. Something else really cool that they're doing this year, if you take a look at the blue flag, the South Dakota flag, those are Brandon Valley High School seniors. And seniors, I think, every single week are going to be able to take the flag out and stand on the, well, not new anymore, 1-year-old turf. So that'll be really exciting for the kids. Ken just pointed out to me that Jesse Steffel, running back and defensive back, did not dress tonight, so the Lynx will be without him. We are not going to speculate on the injury, obviously, but we hope the best for him. We'll see where things go from there as the captains are getting ready to take the field. And Ken, do you maybe want to go over some sponsors? Let us people know who's on our team this year.
Let's go for it. Justin Oakland of Oakland Homes is the builder and developer of the lake at Aspen Harbor in the heart of Brandon. Coming soon will be a great building lots at the new Twin River Crossings development. Give Justin a call for details at 605-553-5311. Bill Thompson, your State Farm agent, is the person to talk to for all your personal and business insurance needs. Bill is located at 312 South Split Rock Boulevard, or give him a call at 605-582-4343. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Give Harry Buck with the Hague Realtors a call at 605-366-0221 or go to harrybuck.com for any and all of your real estate needs. Harry and the team at Hague love turning dreams into addresses. Just remember the 3 rules of real estate: location, location, Harry Buck. Alliance Communication is the leading internet, cable, and phone provider in the Brandon area. Alliance customers have 100% fiber to the home, and that puts them light years ahead of most homes throughout the country. Go Lynx!
At First National Bank, their student checking account is perfect for those 25 years and younger. It provides convenient access to tools like e-alerts and mobile banking while on the go. They are proud supporters of all things Brandon. Like a new baseball complex, the First National Bank field at Aspen Park. The Pizza Ranch is a proud supporter of Brandon Valley activities and offer the finest pizza in town. Bring the family to their buffet before the game or order our delicious roasted chicken or pizza after the game. Call us at 605-582-6322, and they will deliver to your doorstep, tailgater, or wherever you are in town.
We will meet the rest of our sponsors in just a moment. Jory Sorensen back to kickoff for the Lynx. Ashton Hansen is back deep along with Mason Melhoff, and away we go. 1-1 Lynx, 1-1 Aberdeen Central Eagles, and that will be taken by Jaden Smith, number 84, and off we go here. So Aberdeen Central's starting offense will come onto the field. Austin Huff, a senior quarterback, number 5. He will man the Aberdeen Central offense, who has scored just 18 points in their first 2 games. Lost 35-0 to Sioux Falls, Washington. Eked out a win in Rapid City against Rapid City Central, 20-18. So that must have been quite a good game.
Both these teams coming into this ball game 1-1. The Eagles losing their first game to Washington and beating Rapid City Central last week.
Hunter Lamar at the bottom of your screen. One receiver up top. They'll go with a single set. Play fake. Huff dumping it left. Wide open receiver down the left sideline, down to midfield, and taken down at the 40-yard line is Chris Weber, a wide receiver, a senior, and Aberdeen Central's offense comes striking early, and they're plus side of the field already on one play.
Well, they want to score. They want to start off real fast. You know, against a high-powered team in the Lynx, you got to start off fast. Looks like the Lynx defense was looking for a little bit of a run there. The play action worked.
Certainly did. Payson checks out of the game. Now he's actually going to come back in as the tight end. Now they're going to go in the pistol. And they hand it off on first down. Nothing doing there. Tackled at the line of scrimmage by Damian Shunke. So Hansen gets nothing. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, Shunke, a sophomore, filled real fast on that. I wonder if he's filling in for Jesse Steffel tonight.
Yeah, and Isaiah Campbell, obviously number 33. He was a hard hitter. When he was here, he wore number 33 last year. So that number 33 spot picking up right where we left off. I like it. Let's see if the Lynx can get a stop here after giving up the big play. We see 2 wide receivers at the top of your screen. They're going to throw again. Huff dumps it left. Nobody home. Incomplete. Max Johnson on the coverage for the Lynx.
So your starting linebackers, like Kyle was talking about, is Shunke and number 54 Klein. So really what the Lynx are in right now is kind of like a nickel package where they have 2 linebackers. They got, it looks like 5 DBs in the game right now.
Yep, and the nickel is when you take out a linebacker and put a defensive back in. Is that correct?
Yeah.
I'm learning.
Well, now we went back to a traditional.
Did they?
Yeah, and it looks like Trevere's in. That's Lake Trevere.
Big 3rd and 10. Huff. Pressure's coming. Dumps over the middle. Ball's tipped up in the air, and it's incomplete. So it's going to be decision time here for Mitch Kranz, the head coach at Aberdeen Central. They're in a really tough spot here.
Looks like they're going to punt, but, you know, sometimes momentum, you know, and you got to get that momentum going. And surprisingly, I know they don't want to give it back to this high-powered offense in the Lynx, but you started off with a huge play and then you faltered a little bit in the next 3. So let's see what the Lynx our actual offense as it comes onto the board here.
Tyler Two-Eagle, the punter. Colbeck is back. This is a wobbler. This is a short one. Everybody needs to get out of the way. Takes a Lynx bounce, takes an Aberdeen Central bounce. That was not a good punt. That was about a 12-yard punt from the line of scrimmage.
So both these teams, like we talked about in the opening kickoff here, both are 1-1. The Eagles losing to Washington in the opening game at their house, and then beating Rapid City Central last week. And Brandon Valley losing to Roosevelt in week 1 and coming back with a big victory over O'Gorman last week.
And you see Luke Wickersham, he's the fullback, brother of Alex Wickersham, who played for Brandon Valley. First down, they're going to fake it to Johnson. Skolton dumps it left, pass is caught easy. Austin Vegans makes the catch, breaks a tackle, and he's down near the 45-yard line. So a big play from Aberdeen Central to start their offensive drive, and now it's the Lynx getting plus side of the field on one play.
So as we were watching in week one, I was at that game. I wasn't at the game last week, but they didn't use the tight end at all, and that I like them using that big tight end over the middle, because that will make a defense stand still. Them linebackers have to stand still and be in coverage here.
Another I formation. Vegans in motion, 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line. Now they're going to give it to Johnson, and he's got a nice hole, pushes forward, and that one closed up pretty quick right around the 43, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7.
So back to these two teams walking into this game, 1-1. Brandon Valley right now ranked number 3 in the state, and I got a kind of a point breakdown as the state does that in AAA in every class. Right now, Roosevelt sitting at 1 with 47 points, Harrisburg 2, 44, Brandon Valley 43 points, and Washington tied with them sitting at 4 with 43 points.
Well, obviously it's just 2 games into the season, so it's going to be tight. Those standings will be tight for a while. 2nd and 8, Johnson again. This time he gets some room, pushes forward, and he's going to be very close to a first down to the 35-yard line. Tate Johnson was a huge part of that state championship win against Washington last year. I believe he finished the game off with that run up the middle to get him the first down to run out the clock. Had a touchdown in that game. They're going to give it to him again on a quick pitch. On 3rd and 1, nice run again to the 31-yard line. And this Lynx team is moving quite slowly but quite smoothly in this first quarter.
We talked about pregame how this team starts off a little slow in the year, and it's traditionally just the way it is. Mm-hmm. And so against Roosevelt, we didn't run the ball extremely well, but O'Gorman, we ran it. And that's our identity on offense, is running the ball, play action off that with Thomas Skolton, play action and hitting his good receivers.
First down and 10. Why not? Another one for Johnson, and he almost got free. A nice saving tackle by I think that's William Poorman, and that'll bring up 2nd and 5. But they're just little by little, chunk after chunk. Here comes this Lynx offense.
Yeah, and you're going to see a heavy dose of Tate tonight. He had over 1,000 yards last year rushing, him and Jesse, both.
2nd and 5. And that one is knocked down at the line of scrimmage. Somebody got a hand up there for Aberdeen Central. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 5 here from the 26. From here it would be a 43-yard field goal. So if they don't get it, the Lynx will probably go for it on 4th down. But we'll probably see Tommy throw the ball for the 3rd time in this game. 1 for 2 so far. 3rd and 5. Ty McCann at the bottom of your screen with Cole Cilliason. Skolton, pressure coming. He gets it away, and it's dropped. A little bit behind Ty McCann. The pressure was coming. Raleigh Moore, a defensive lineman for Aberdeen Central, came surging in, so Skolton had to rush it, but they will go for it on 4th down.
4th and 5, be aggressive. As a coaching staff, be aggressive. It's the pigskin. It's a massive event for this community and for this team, the school, everything involved. Be aggressive. Try to put the first points on the board. We don't want to get in a punting match here. I know field position means a lot too, but go get some score here.
Skolton, good protection. Throw over the middle into the end zone. Incomplete. He dropped it. Caden Johnson had it in his mitts, but it falls incomplete. It was knocked away, but a great play design and just a mistake. And those are going to happen, but a dropped pass will turn the ball over and give Austin Huff the football back.
Yeah, and one thing about that, number 13, Mackay, Jones, the defensive back, with great coverage and a pretty good hit there.
He goes by MJ, I was told by Aberdeen Central staff here. Said he was a very good player. He proved it right there, knocking that ball away. First down, here's the handoff. Fumble the ball. Can the Lynx get it? And a great play by Aberdeen Central to knock the ball away. They knock it out of bounds, but it'll be no gain.
Well, the turnovers, and we know as a football squad, how you win the game is winning the turnover battle every week. It truly is, and that was an opportunity missed there. As a lot of times you want to scoop and score, they call it, on those fumbles. Just land on the ball.
Yeah, big scrum there, and I think an Aberdeen Central player may have just tried to push the thing out of bounds since he couldn't fall on it. Huff, pressure, sacked. Not sure who was there on the sack, but it looked like Sam Lemke was there. And they're going to give it to Lemke.
With a good trip. And that defensive line is going to make the difference, as we saw last year, number 44, Parker Reed. Remember number 44? Coming off the edge, and he was just a sophomore last year, and he was massively important against that Washington team. I mean, he was huge, and we know he's going to bring it this year.
Well, he's the left end, and now we are going to have a timeout for Aberdeen Central. The Brandon Community Foundation is a permanent charitable endowment that supports activities that improve the quality of life for all ages in Brandon and Valley Springs. For more info, go to their website at brandoncf.org. The Brandon Valley Journal is your local news source covering all 11 BV sports every week with stories and photos. You can get all the news in print or online, so if you haven't already subscribed, you can do it today. Call 605-582-9999.
Sign up for Taco John's Rewards app, the Rewards app on your phone, for lots of deals and surprises. They have the new and exciting products to choose from, and it's always made fresh just for you. The good folks at Taco John's want to thank you for your business. Go Lynx. The Brandon Valley Area Chamber of Commerce is a proud sponsor of Lynx TV. A strong local business community is vital for the positive growth of the Brandon Valley area. Remember, when you shop in Brandon, you support all things local. Go Lynx.
So third down and a long 13. It looks more like 14 or 15. And they're just going to throw it out wide, and it is caught. But Johnny on the spot, taken down after the catch by Lake Trevere. And once again, the Lynx are going to force a punt. Sorry, we're having some technical difficulties up here. Hopefully you all can still hear us.
So one thing is, now we're in a field position game, and it's early. There's 5:50 to go in the first quarter, 0-0. But this should give the Lynx tremendous field position.
Tyler Two Eagle back again to punt. Another horrible punt, going out of bounds. And the Lynx are going to have a short field, a very short field. The Brandon Valley Athletic Booster Club are hardworking, dedicated supporters of all BV athletic programs, including Lynx TV. Make sure you keep an eye out for the Booster Club and all their activities. Sioux Valley Energy is the electric supplier for much of the Brandon Valley area and strong supporter of our community, including Lynx TV. They offer great service at reasonable rates. Go Lynx. So the Lynx offense set for their second possession. And they're going to go in I formation here. They're bunching them up. And they're going to hand it off to Johnson again. And Johnson gets loose. Is this the first touchdown of the season? Yes, it is. He's in. Touchdown, Brandon Valley Lynx. And it's Caden Johnson, 6-0 Brandon Valley.
Two tight end set, I formation like Kyle said, running the ball. The tight end, number 15, I'm pretty impressed with him tonight, as Austin Vegans, with a great kick out of that defensive end to get Tate out there, and Tate does the rest of the work.
So the Lynx take care of business on that possession. Jory Sorensen out for the extra point. A one-play drive. That's how we like it, as the extra point is good for Jory Sorensen. A one-play drive gets the Lynx into the end zone. And it's 7-0 here in the first quarter. Ken, that's how you do it when you get a short field. You run the ball, good things are going to happen to you.
Well, that's the identity of this offense. It was last year. It needs to be this year. It's huge. That double tight end set, I'm telling you, if we were able to replay that as the two tight end, Vegan was on the one side, and Parker Reed, they actually took the defensive end from, he's a traditional defensive end for this team, put him at the other tight end, and they went a heavy package. That's a heavy package. But Vegan with just a tremendous, and you see how big he is. He is sitting at 5'11", 185, but he looks a lot bigger.
Yes,
I'm not saying that's small for high school, but he looks a lot bigger. He had a huge catch over the middle, and that block was huge to kick Tate Johnson out.
And a good decision by him to kick it outside. Sorensen back to kick. Jaden Smith, along with, I believe, Chris Weber back there for Aberdeen Central, who are going to take a short line drive kick. And he got loose for a moment, and he's down near the 30-yard line. So it'll be Aberdeen Central here. They need to get their offensive going. One positive play, but after that it's been a punt, two punts in fact, and a fumble in there that thankfully for Aberdeen Central didn't get recovered by the Lynx. It probably should have. So a very inauspicious start for Aberdeen Central.
And our defense is playing well, but really, to be honest with you, special teams here, those two punts probably net average, I would say about 10 yards.
Yeah,
and that gives you great field position.
Every time. Even when they tried to pin him deep, they punted from the 40, and Lynx had the ball at the 28. Huff's going to take off and run with this one, and he gets a first down before Colbeck can get to him. So a nice run, and he's got some quickness to him, Ken.
He does, and one thing you got to do. So our defensive tackles, okay, not so much because this team doesn't look like it likes to run the ball a lot. They like to run it from the quarterback position, obviously. Defensive tackles just sit home. We don't need a tremendous rush out of you, okay?
Right.
Because he's going to try to get up the middle. You can see it. They want to expose our middle linebacker for some reason.
Huff hands the ball off. Nothing doing. Stopped by Sam Lemke in the backfield.
Lemke with a sack already in the first quarter and a massive tackle for a loss there.
TFLs in my business. That's what we call them. And we like them here at Brandon Valley. This defense is going to be something to handle for just about any team. They definitely picked up where they left off last year. And as we said, a lot of names that we recognize from last season. Now they're going to spread it out. 4 wide receiver set. Huff. They're going to set up a screen. Pretty nice design, and still on his feet, getting close to a first down and getting the first down. So a nice screen pass as Hansen gets a first down.
So what you're looking at from the linebacker position there is how they're flowing back and forth sideline to sideline. Our linebackers got there, but you got to make that tackle. I mean, there's a lot of missed tackles there, and and that running back made some swift moves. But if that's the case, that we are in, because they're putting us in, they're forcing us into a nickel defense where you have 5 defensive backs and only 2 linebackers. That's their force right now because they have 4 wide receivers. So these linebackers really have to tackle well tonight.
Now they're trying to spread out that defense, as you said. So 1st and 10. Huff throws wide open, caught, and a gain of about 5 yards, and still running as Muchkanaus couldn't close. Chris Weber. And that's going to be a gain of about 6. Should have been a gain of about 4, but they, once again, a couple of missed tackles.
And you can see they're trying to get the ball out quick. Our pass rush is really good. What nullifies a really good pass rush is getting the ball out quick, and that's what they're trying to do. The one thing is, though, they're getting a lot of, they call it yak, and they call it yards after the catch, and that's what's happening here in this drive.
2nd down and 3 now. Aberdeen Central's offense looks like it's come alive again. Ashton Hansen is not going to get much here. Incoming was Damian Shunke again, along with Colbeck, and we're going to hear Colbeck's name a lot on defense this year.
A lot of arm tackling, though. You could see that from Shunke there too, number 33. He's behind the play and he's arm tackling. We just need him to fill, and they use that running back a little bit, but not a lot. You can see in this offense.
3rd down and 3. Joey Sorensen and a couple of other Lynx players on the bench trying to get this crowd fired up. They give it to Ashton Hansen, and I think he got enough for it, but it's going to be close. Oh, sorry, Ken. And, yep, that's going to be a 1st down, and Ashton needed 3, and he got about 3.5, so another 1st down for Aberdeen Central. And they are grinding just like the Lynx did, grinding it out, trying to get some people into space. That time they ran it up the middle, but there's space in between this Brandon Valley defense somewhere, and if you spread them out like they have on this drive, then maybe they're finding some holes. You're the defensive expert, I guess. I don't know.
Well, I'm not an expert, but
you're smarter than me.
But in that spread, now they're going a little tight. Now they have a 2 tight end set, and it's really kind of like a fullback with a 1 tight end. And we'll see what they're trying to establish the run, and they are establishing a little bit here.
Ashton Hansen left side. Jackson Hilton thought there might have been a fumble, but they're saying knee was down. So Hansen, another nice run, gain of 3. Nemec making the tackle.
And so what that coaching staff over on the other sideline for the Eagles, they've been coming out in a lot of spread, and now they're tightening things up. Well, it's hard for us to get a sub package in to get another linebacker in, so they're trying to run against our nickel package with all the DBs in the game. Now you bring a safety now, and you see all the safeties come down.
Yep. Play fake. Huff. Gonna run. And he is taken down at the 25-yard line. It'll be enough for another 1st down. And now Huff's ran the ball a couple times on this drive, and he's done so effectively, stretching that defense out.
We'll see what Matt Christensen, as we go into the 2nd quarter here, it's the end of the 1st quarter, we'll see what Coach Christensen does here as they're kind of, doing the mind games with him, and that's what good coaching staffs do. They really, with those mind games, and you want that nickel package on the field when there's 4 wide receivers, but they're fluctuating between 4 wide receivers to a really tight set where there's only 2 wide receivers, 1 tight end, 1 fullback with the halfback. So it's putting them in a little bit of a curious situation as a defense, and that's why you're seeing some chunk yards here. So you have to come back and say, okay, can we just cover? And with these 4 receiver sets, when they go back to the 4 receiver sets, can we cover with our other outside linebacker on the field? And that's going to be huge in this ball game, is if we can keep 3 linebackers in the game and that 1 needs to cover. So my guess is they're going to go a lot of zone here. Anytime you have 3 linebackers in a football game on defense, you want to play some zone.
Yeah. Do you think they'll put a spy on Huff running the football, maybe? Linebacker?
I don't know. It's, if
we don't pay you not to know, Ken.
Well, one thing is that halfback's showing that he can catch.
Right. Yeah.
Outside the numbers. So now do you take that middle linebacker? Who do you spy in the back?
Right. And Huff going for it all. Wow, what a catch. But he is down at the 1. That was an incredible catch. Down the left side by Sam Rolfs against Jackson Hilton, of all people.
I'm looking for the replay.
I don't think.
It's not over there.
No.
Man, that was a great catch.
Yeah.
But a really good ball, too. He put it at the outside where he needs to. That quarterback's playing pretty well tonight.
Yes.
And but really good coverage by Jackson Hilton there.
Not much you can do about it. Every once in a while, you just got to tip your cap. So Aberdeen Central looking for the equalizer here. And they're going to put Chris Weber in the backfield. Huff, quarterback sneak. He didn't get it. He was crunched by Parker Reed. 2nd and goal.
And sometimes you try to be too cute down here, and they're not good. Looks like they're just lining up, and they're trying to go right at us. And that's going to be a true test of this defensive line to see if we can hold.
So it'll be 2nd and goal again from the 1. See if they give it off to Weber here in the backfield. Now we got a flag. This could be huge, Ken. I think they're going to get to Aberdeen Central for a false start here, which will push them back. Oh, nope, it's going to be on the Lynx. So half the distance, which is going to be about an inch.
About an inch, and they're right there.
Huff takes the snap. He can just put his arms up and put the ball over the line. It's going to be a touchdown. They're going to do it again. Is he in? A lot of Aberdeen Central players saying so. Yes, now the referee says touchdown, Aberdeen Central. That was some drive that Aberdeen Central just put up there, Ken. That was a great drive to pull some of the wind out of the crowd sails, the Lynx defense sails, everybody's sails. My sails are limp right now.
It's going to be very interesting, like I said, with Coach Christensen and what he adjusts to is because they're putting us in bad situations. Now watch the kicking game here. The kicking games have been kind of suspect here in the first quarter.
Tyler Two Eagle. And it is good, and he bombed that one. Why can't he do that on punts?
Wow.
That was quite the boot, and that was quite the drive by Aberdeen Central, who tie the Lynx here. Boy, that was a long drive. That was about a 6 or 7 minute drive there, Ken. They ran, they threw some screens, they spread the ball out. They did just about everything. You can't really get a read on this Aberdeen Central offense yet.
Well, they put you in bad situations like we talked about in that whole drive that we taught. That was our theme of that last drive was how they're putting us. Folks at home, don't just look at the ball. Look at the formations that they're in, and they're trying to get more DBs on the field. That's what they're truly trying to do, so they can try to run the ball. And so they have the quarterback. The quarterback's playing tremendous right now.
Yep.
I will.
Senior Austin Huff.
Yeah, he is truly playing really well. But it all stemmed from number 13, as you can see him dancing on the field here on kickoff. But
at the bottom of your screen. Oh yeah, he's got it.
But he came up with Tate was wide open.
Yeah.
Okay, and he came up with a big hit. It all starts somewhere. Now the Lynx, with a little adversity coming here, 7-7, how do they respond offensively? And one thing you go back to is what you're good at, and run the ball.
Running the ball with Tate Johnson. Just a reminder, by the way, we'll have some scoring updates, I'm sure, throughout the game. But the Twins and the Indians, the Twins took the first game of that doubleheader. They are currently down 3-2 in the fourth. Here comes Colbeck. He fumbled the ball, and Aberdeen Central has picked it up. And excuse me, that was Muchkanaus. And so Aberdeen Central gets the ball right back.
And now you throw, as the second quarter's here with 10:52 to go in the half, now you throw everything out the window and you say, okay, kids, here's what happened. Okay, we walked into this game. You're the number 3 team. They're right now number 7 in the standings, in the rankings, whatever you want to call it. It gets thrown out the door now because it's a 7-7 ball game. I know it's early, but field position, they're winning the turnover battle, and it's going to be a huge step for this defense how they respond. And they're a little winded off that long drive.
Yes, they are, and they're right back on the field here. Weber, the motion man. Austin Huff wondering what's going on here. First down and 10 for the Eagles. Huff, he's going to roll. He was hit as he threw. Nobody's home, incomplete. And he took a lick from Parker Reed at the end of that play. 2nd and 10. The Lynx need a stop here.
They do, and you got to look at, they brought in a pretty big wide receiver. You can see at the top of your screen Number, I can't get the number. The number's pretty small. 85, I believe.
Yep, that would be Reese Buckhard, a 6'8", 235 junior. He is a load, my friends.
Now watch this, okay? They had him split out wide against one of our small corners. Watch him go to that. I saw that mismatch, and I thought, man, they're going to try to go there up on top of the screen.
They're going to pitch it to the outside as Ashton Hansen gets a decent run there on second down. Gain of about 3.5. That'll bring up a 3rd and 7.
Now, as a coaching staff, you're always thinking about your next play. You're not thinking about so much this play. You're thinking about your next play. And I'm talking about the Eagles, if they don't get the first down, how many times are you going to be on this side of the 50 tonight and getting these chances? And it'll be interesting if they play this like a second down, knowing that they have a third down in their pocket.
Well, we saw Tyler Two Eagles' leg on that extra point. He certainly got the leg for it here. From here it would be 41 yards, but they were probably in 4-down territory as the pass is caught. As Mooch Knaus makes the tackle, but another first down for Aberdeen Central.
That's a great pass by Austin Huff. I know we're giving him the props that he needs, but boy, he threw that ball before the receiver even turned. He knew where it was going to be, and that's just a good quarterback putting it to a spot, thinking his wide receiver is going to. He is not putting it to the wide receiver. He put it to a spot, and his receiver was right there.
Yeah, the crafty senior, Austin Huff. On first down, they're going to fake it. Huff's going to roll. Is he going to run? Is he going to throw? He's going to throw it into the end zone, and the pass is caught, and it is a touchdown. Reese Burkhardt, we just talked about him, the 6'8" senior, or excuse me, the 6'8" junior scores, and it's 13-7 Aberdeen Central. They take advantage of the big turnover.
Boy, 85's a big target. And they're going to use him in the red zone. They're just showing it to you right now. But Huff to roll out to his left, remember, that's not a traditional rollout for a right-handed quarterback, and to make that pass, that's pretty special. You're seeing some special quarterback play right now on that other side of the ball.
Yeah, we thought we'd see a lot from Tommy Skolton. Tommy hasn't had the ball since the first quarter. High snap. And this one is good. A couple of restless fans here as they're starting to get a little worried. The state champs down 14-7. We'd like to thank Justin Oakland of Oakland Homes, Bill Thompson, your State Farm agent, Harry Buck, and Hague Realtors, Alliance Communication, First National Bank, the Pizza Ranch, the Brandon Community Foundation, the Brandon Valley Journal, who is going to have, I'm sure, a couple of stories on this game. Taco John's, the Brandon Valley Area Chamber of Commerce, the Brandon Valley Athletic Boosters, and Sioux Valley Energy. Thank you to all.
And so we keep on talking about the defense, and hopefully you can see on your screen the defenses. They're really winded out there. They've the 2 series of that big drive wins you. And remember, it's pretty warm. I mean, we're sweating up here.
Yeah, it's hot up here. That's for sure.
And so, and it's not super cool out there. And so right now, offensively, everybody wants this big score, but you don't want a fast score here. I know it sounds, you're thinking, man, Ken, what are you talking about? That defense needs a rest.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. And this kickoff return here is big. And here comes number 21, Tate Johnson, the running back, and he will get right around the 25-yard line. So this is a big one for the Lynx. We got 9 minutes to go here in the second quarter. And they need, like you said, a long, sustained drive.
They do. You know, you'll always take a home run real quick. You'll always take it. But the defense needs to stay off the field here for a little while.
I formation. Here is Johnson. Going to run it to the right side, and a nice tackle, a nice one-man tackle.
I do like that they're not coming out of their skin as a coaching staff on the offensive side of the ball. And what I mean by that is still stay true to your identity. We don't want to throw 40 times this game.
No.
We want to run and run and run. That's our identity. And sometimes when it happened against Roosevelt, we had to throw a lot, and we lost the ball game.
If Tommy's throwing 30, 40 times a game, the Lynx will be in trouble. 2nd down and 5. Give it to him again. They're feeding the young man. Johnson, close to another first down. We'll see if they give it to them.
And one thing,
sorry, go ahead,
one
Ken.
thing that's missing tonight, and Johnson's got to take the load in the backfield, is remember Jesse Steffel's not playing.
Nope, he is not.
And that was a two-headed monster. We talked about it last year. I remember saying it, you saying it. That two-headed monster was huge. And when you take one of those pieces out, Tate's got to really play a lot of ball tonight.
I'm sure he'll be getting a lot of the carries. And so far, can't blame him. This is a big 3rd and 1. Wickersham, the fullback. They're going to give it to him straight up the gut. He's got the first down. Tate Johnson, nice run. Tackled by Ethan Dahl. And a couple other Eagles.
One thing I am seeing on the Aberdeen Central side, too, is if you look at both sidelines, obviously Brandon Valley on the sideline has more players. Okay,
Yeah.
You can see that. So, and I do see that some of the offensive players for the Eagles are also playing defense, and that's gonna be big in coming up in the next quarter or two.
Play fake and a dump off. It's caught by Vigans one-handed, and he will not get much. Looks like he slipped on that turf. That turf just 2 years old, but it sure looks a lot nicer, I'll tell you that. It's a good look.
It looks nice, doesn't it? I mean, the grass is great. Don't get me wrong, but this turf is amazing as you look at it at home. But there's that Vegans again, the tight end, number 15, making another catch. And I truly believe they need to keep that tight end in the flow of this offense because it only helps your offense when you have a good tight end.
So 2nd and 8. Throw it out. Too tall for Tate Johnson, and he had to try and get it over a defender there. And it didn't work out well, so it'll be 3rd and 8. Another big 3rd down coming for this Lynx offense.
And it's going to be 3rd and 8, so you're forced to throw here. I do like that they tried to get it to Tate on the outside. But who steps up now? You know, we talked about Vegans from the tight end position, but you talked about McCann stepping up, okay? He's a senior, and now they have Tate come out, Tate Johnson on the slot receiver. Let's see if we see a little bit of a screen here.
3rd down and 8. Skolton going to try and get it. He dives ahead, and I think he got the first down. That's a great play. You talk about somebody stepping up. Tommy Skolton for the last 3 years has done it a lot, and he gets a big first down.
That championship game last year was special. He had a great playoff run too. But one thing that we're staying true to is you're seeing that we're still running the ball, even if from the quarterback position. People say, "Well, we don't want our quarterback running a lot." If he needs to get the first down, he'll get the first down, and that's a big play.
So first down for the Lynx from the 47-yard line. Play fake. Tommy's going to run again. And he gets another first down. I mean, those where you're just wide open. I mean, there's nothing to be scared of there, and he just runs right out of bounds. But the 2 throws that he made, the 2 touchdowns to Cole Siegfried and Carter Altoff last year were 2 of the best passes we've ever seen from him, and there's no doubt about it. He played his butt off all year, and he's obviously going to this year. But that was a special performance he put together last year in the state championship game.
It was special.
And they're trying to make new memories now. Jackson Hilton, he's at the top of your screen as a wide receiver. 1st and 10 from the 40. They're going to give it to Tate Johnson. And now he's still on his feet. He swings it out to the right side. He will not be denied until he's pushed out of bounds by Colton Hansen. A first down for the Brandon Valley Lynx. What a run.
Don't let his size fool you, folks. number 21 runs super hard.
Yes, he does.
He has a huge heart, and he tries to get to that end zone every play, and he's super hard to bring down. And he's got some wheels to him, too.
Now, this is turning into a long drive. This is just what the Lynx wanted. I was going to say, if they can get this game clock down to 2 minutes and get into the end zone here, that's looking like what they might want to do. It's already been about a 5-minute drive. Tate Johnson again. And he is smashed down by Hunter Lamar.
Tate Johnson on the carry, number 21.
But, well, it's a gain of about 8 yards, so another nice run for Johnson, and he's got to be close to 100 yards in this game already.
And sometimes you need, maybe we got to find that third string running back here that can come in and give him a little bit of a breather, because he's getting a heavy dose, and sometimes you need that a little bit. But they're going to keep him in the game, and I like this double tight end set. It's been really, really super special tonight, and you see him in motion.
And they're going to both move to the left side, and there's a lot of real estate out there, and they're going to give it to him. They're just going to get him into some space, and he's going to use that space to get into the end zone. Touchdown, Brandon Valley Lynx. Tate Johnson again, his second of the night. And the Lynx are an extra point from tying this game. Huge drive. Just over 5 minutes.
Both tight end set there, they ran right to it, just like they did on this side, on the opposite side, to kick Johnson out. Both times, tight ends are becoming crucial in this game, and you see it again in our passing game, and you see it in our running game.
Two athletic tight ends like that, and this kick is no good. He missed it left. So Aberdeen Central, with under 4 to go here, lead 14-13. But like you said, great drive by the Lynx. Great drive by Tate Johnson. And the running game overall, because Tommy Skolton had 2 huge crucial runs in that game, in that drive.
And not only, I know it's 14-13 with that extra point, and special teams will play huge in this game. If it's going to be tight, it's going to play huge. Every game it does. But one thing it did was it allowed the defense to take a breather. It allowed the coaching staff to come up with some type of scheme, because right now, what they were doing the last 2 series is just not working.
No.
And so you got to scheme it up a little bit and maybe adjust a little bit, and it'll be really interesting to see is if they, like I said, it looked like to me when they went to a 4 receiver set, we were in a lot of man coverage, okay? Just locked up man to man. We'll see if they do bring that zone. And so those outside runs by this quarterback when he's rolling out, it won't be there because the linebacker will be sitting.
And in a zone, obviously, you're not guarding a man, you're guarding a spot. Just in case anybody was wondering what that meant. You get a certain almost chunk of the field that you're responsible for. If somebody comes into your territory, you obviously guard them. So there'll be somebody on the outside there. No question about it.
We'll see if that's the adjustment they make. They may not. They may say, well, we're going to stay true to we are and just tackle better.
Yeah, that would help.
No
arm tackles.
There's a lot of missed tackles tonight. But we'll see how this defense reacts here. We'll see if they are going to. One thing about Aberdeen Central, though, is that they're coming out in a heavy package again with a fullback, tight end, 2 wide receivers, and that single back there.
First down handoff is to Ashton Hansen, and going to get a decent chunk of yardage there.
On the carry, number 24, Ashton Hansen.
And nice run of about 6 yards there.
The Lynx, Damian Chunky.
And it was Damian Shunky on the tackle there for the Lynx.
Second down and 3 for the Golden
Can't
Eagles.
quite put my finger on this offense. Huff's got a great arm and can run. Hansen can run. Wide receivers are athletic. So far, I'm surprised they got shut out by Washington. Very surprised. Play fake. Huff dumps it off. Another great play design as the pass is caught for a first down by Chris Weber.
Caught by Chris Weber, number 11.
Who I think came out of the backfield there. Beautiful play design.
So what all they did is they rolled right. They rolled right, had the halfback squeeze back out to the opposite side left, outside the numbers, and they hit it. What they're trying to do is they're trying to get this defense, which is our defense swarms real fast. We talked about that in the first quarter. Our linebackers go fast sideline to sideline because we're a little undersized at the backer position, and so we rely on our speed so much, and those misdirection plays can really hurt your fast linebackers.
First down, it's Hansen again. He's going to push the pile. And he gobbles up about 6 more yards. It was Isaac Rodriguez, a senior defensive lineman, and he's going to check out of the game now. Sam Lemke is going to check in for him. Might have been a wardrobe malfunction of some sort. We'll see. It'll be 2nd and 4.
So now they come out in the spread. So now they're forcing the linebackers to cover. And it looks like we're in man-to-man coverage here.
Huff, sacked. That was huge. Underneath the pile, Dante Miller. Haven't called his name yet. In his entire career. Might have been just checking in for somebody. He is a junior.
Big play as who's calling the timeout here?
Looked like it was a timeout for the Lynx.
Okay. So as we talk about, they went from a double or I shouldn't say a double tight end set. I always consider a fullback almost like a tight end.
Right.
But you have that heavy package where you only have 2 receivers. Now all of a sudden they flip it, and now we're forced into, truly a man coverage.
Right.
But our defensive line can negate that man coverage. They have to help that secondary, which they just did with that big sack, because we know Huff likes to get outside the pocket. He doesn't want to sit in the pocket and throw the ball. And when he gets outside the pocket, he's a dual threat. We've seen it all night.
Yes, he is.
And so what on man coverage, folks, remember, your corners and your safety or your outside linebacker, they're all in coverage, so they're down the field. Huff is going to try to exploit that because they're down the field. They're not out there to tackle them on the outside. It's going to be very interesting how the Lynx defense.
And this crowd is fired up. This is a huge 3rd down here. The Lynx could get the ball back and try to get on the board here. Huff going to try and run, and he's not going to get there. In fact, he's not even going to be close because Eli Klein came in to make the tackle. And the Lynx are going to take their 2nd timeout. They'll have 1 left, and they'll have about a minute to try and run the hurry-up offense here. And the way the punting game has been for Aberdeen Central so far, I thought it was a great decision to call a timeout and,
Well,
put pressure on your defense early.
Tyler Two Eagle was coming out, number 21. He was coming out. They pulled him back.
Oh,
so they're going to go.
okay.
They're going to go for it because they don't.
Wow.
They obviously don't trust their punting game.
No.
One thing that you have to stay home, and what you do, is they don't need a tremendous pass rush. Everybody's going to be like, "Whoa, again, Ken? What are you talking about?" They need those defensive ends to stay home.
Yep.
And not let Huff outside the pocket because he's going to
called
try to
containment.
get that here.
Yep.
Right. He's going to try to get that here. And so what I'm telling my defensive ends, you stay home. Don't collapse the pocket because don't let him outside of your containment, like you said.
Yep.
But now they're going to punt.
They after the timeout, they did decide. They pulled him back, and then I think they thought about it for a moment, but they are going to punt. And this is a much better punt. And it's going to be returned by Joe Colbeck. Colbeck's still on his feet. That's a nice return. So with about a minute to go, 1:06, the Lynx are in prime real estate here, right around the 45-yard line. And this will be a good opportunity for them to get into field goal range, possibly even score quick.
1 timeout remaining for your Lynx. How do you obviously you're going to have to put it into Thomas Skolton's hands right now as a quarterback as you're trying to drive about 56 yards to the end zone.
Stick around for halftime. We'll have the Lynx marching band. We'll kind of just cut our mics and let you enjoy that. Pass to the left side is caught by Jackson Hilton. And he is bottled up. And in that situation, Hilton needs to know that he needs to get out of bounds there, Ken.
I agree. It's just called football smarts,
Yep.
and that's what it is. It's football 101. They're going into a hurry-up offense with 50 seconds to go.
Well, they got to hurry up here. They need to move the sticks. Pass to the left side is incomplete.
I thought
that was going to be a pick six.
It was a floater. 13 was climbing, and those are dangerous passes. When I really think number 13 is a very, very good corner. I've been watching him all night. He has great coverage. We've seen him in the first quarter, and he was that footstep away. Mm-hmm. You can't float him to the outside, Thomas.
He's still running.
You just can't.
Yep,
right.
He'd still be running right now. So 2 big plays already from MJ Jones for Aberdeen Central. Skolton down the middle. It is dropped by Caden Johnson. Oh, that had touchdown written all over it. Excuse me, Tate Johnson, not Caden Johnson. Different guy.
He spun his head. He was looking to the end zone before he caught the ball.
Yes, he was. You could see his head turn.
So now the Lynx are going to go for it. 4th down. Now this is a little tricky here because you folks probably, I don't know if you can see it at home, they have 2 timeouts, the Eagles. They stop the Lynx here. They got great field position to drive it down with 2 timeouts. This is a huge 4th down.
Tough play for Tate Johnson. 4th and about 4. Skolton. Pressure coming from each side. Skolton's going to try and run it. He gets the 1st down. The clock will stop as the chains move. It's at the 40-yard line with 29 seconds to play here in this first half. And the Lynx, I think, are going to use their last timeout. Yes, they are.
And so Thomas Skolton, the last 2 drives, he's used his legs on big 3rd and 4th down plays. And that's been huge. And
that one was a great run.
It was. And the pass rush was there.
Yeah.
It was right on his hip. And he just exploited it up the middle. Great 1st down. One thing, you can't get too cute here either. We talked about how that floater on the last set of downs went to the outside, and 13 was that close. Football games are always about a game of inches, and we know that. One bad break, you can't get cute. I know we want to be ultra aggressive and get points here, and we need to, but be smart with the football too.
Yes. So back come the Lynx here. 24 seconds, no timeouts. They need to move the sticks or get the ball out of bounds here, one way or the other.
1st down and 10, Granite Valley.
3 wide receivers at the bottom of your screen. Tommy. In trouble. He's got Johnson wide open. Tate Johnson to the 20. And with 13 seconds left, again, the clock will stop as the chains move, and I think they're just going to clock it here. And they do clock it with 8 seconds to go. So on that play, that's what having a quarterback can do for you, because when he rolled, that defender came and tried to tackle Skolton. That left Tate Johnson wide open.
Right, and football 101 again is about football smarts. Tate needs to get out of bounds there. I know that would have saved probably 6 seconds on that clock if he just doesn't cut it up inside, gets out of bounds, and that's 2 plays instead of they're only going to be able to run 1 here.
So they'll have 1 shot to the end zone here. It needs to go to the end zone. From here, it would be about a 32-yard field goal. They're going to go for Jackson Hilton, and zone incomplete. There was a lot of fighting going on with trying to catch the ball. Jackson Hilton wants a flag. I kind of do too.
Yeah, it was. They're letting them play tonight. One thing we haven't talked about is there hasn't been a lot of laundry on the field. Those
Only
yellow
the one.
flags. Yeah.
Only the one offside.
You're talking about a first half of refs letting them play ball, to be honest with you, because there's a penalty on every play. Let's be honest.
Yep. This will be a 32-yard field goal for Jory Sorensen for the lead. Yes, sir. So an inauspicious start for the Lynx defense, but they do go into halftime leading 16-14 here at the Pigskin Classic.
That's great motivation going into
and we get the ball.
You're down 1 or you're up by 2 here, and you're up by 2, and that's huge going into that halftime. So we're going to talk about a little bit about our band here, how tremendous. And I'll let you talk about that. You've been an alumni of this school and how special this band's. Why don't you touch on it a little bit?
Well, and Bob Logan says it's at the high school basketball games that this is one of the best bands in America. I don't think there's any doubt about it. Brandon Valley takes so much pride in their athletic department, doing it the right way, and now we got some state championships. Our fine arts program at Brandon Valley is something to be just as proud of. The idea that they work so hard, they put in hours and hours and hours in July and August in the heat over by the elementary school. At least that's where they used to practice. I mean, every morning I would wake up and go to work when I lived in Brandon, and in July and August I'd hear that band practicing and playing early in the morning and late at night. And all the hard work and dedication that they put into here, you're going to see it on display. We're going to put our mics out so you can hear the music a little bit too. And what you're about to see is a treat, and every year they put on a different type of show, and this one I don't know too much about it yet, but it should be really, really special.
And that's why I gave it to you. You're the alumni up here, and you know how special it is. I've been a part of it, this Brandon Valley community, for around 10 years, and I know how special it is too. But you painted a great picture there of how special this is, and we'll let you enjoy it tonight.
Yes. Drum majors Emily Hensley and Abby Christensen. Is your band ready? Brandon Valley Marching Lynx, you may take the field in exhibition. the Brandon Valley Marching Lynx. Thank you for watching our halftime performance. Last weekend, the Marching Lynx earned first place at both the Prairie Colors Festival and Eastview Festival. Next Saturday, the band will travel to Marshall, Minnesota to compete in the pursuit of excellence. The band would like to send their sincere thanks to the many people that help our program, including the staff, parents, prop crew, band parent association.
A mesmerizing performance by the Marching Lynx. What a job. Quick score update for you. Lincoln is leading Sioux Falls, Washington 23-7. That one's just about to halftime. Twins are trailing the Indians 5-2. They have a 4.5 game lead in the American League Central. So if they lose tonight, they will be 3.5, and then tomorrow's game is huge. They got both aces going for the Indians and the Twins, with Jose Barrios against Shane Bieber, who I don't believe has any relation to the Bieber that we have on our team. And first name would have been a lot funnier if I knew the first name. Let's put it that way. But anyway, Lynx do take the lead 16-14 on that field goal. We're still getting statistics as we go here, but very much an inauspicious start for this defense, which we talked about was supposed to be just explosive, and at times they were. They were very splashy, but there's just some tightening of the bolts and screws, it seems like, that need to be done here in this second half. But I got to give credit to Austin Huff, and I got to give credit to Ashton Hansen and that offensive line for Aberdeen Central, because they have played very, very well in this game.
They have, and right now, the Eagles are winning the turnover battle. We talked about in pregame, usually who wins the turnover battle wins the ball game. Well, it's 16-14. Your Lynx over the Eagles right now at halftime. You know, Johnson's running the ball really well, and we're talking about Tate Johnson for the Lynx. 11 carries for 101 yards and 2 touchdowns. That's a pretty good half.
Very good.
Really good average. And so, but the other factor is that how do you continue? We know that he is at 101 yards on 11 carries. It means that he's hitting some big ones.
Yep.
How do you sustain drives? Is Thomas Skolton running the ball too when it breaks down? And right now he's 3 for 32 on the ground. And I'll get his passing stats in a little bit here. Huff, surprisingly, isn't doing as good as Thomas Skolton on the ground. He's 7 for 19 yards. So, but one thing that Huff's doing that I'm not saying Thomas Skolton's not, but he's really passing the ball when he rolls out. He's really passing the ball well. But he has a big target in 85. You saw that in the red zone.
Yep, Reese Burkhardt.
Yeah, I mean, at 6'8", that's a big target. It's going to be hard to guard that. But really what I think comes down to it, and we always want to put stats and everything into the offense. We're talking about offense. But I'm telling you right now that defensively is where the ball game's going to be won out here.
Yep.
You can see it already. You can see special teams too, because the field position, we talked about how their punter, number 21, with 2 really bad punts right away in that first, going into the second quarter. Really, really bad punts, but then his third punt was pretty decent.
Yeah.
Okay. But defensively, I truly believe that how Coach Christensen in the locker room right now is adjusting to things. It's all about when you have a tight ball game like this. Mm-hmm. It's all about your adjustments right now as a coaching staff.
Right.
Who adjusts well? This is where coaching staffs win ball games, is what they do at halftime to make the adjustment to go out for 2 more quarters and win football games.
Yeah, and maybe I'm not an X's and O's sports guy as far as football goes, just simply because I didn't play it at high enough level. But it appears to me maybe Aberdeen Central was kind of thinking like, hey, we can get a little bit of a push here on up front, this offense, this Aberdeen Central offense. They can get a little push up front, and Huff is so good at moving the ball, moving around with it, running with it every which way, that they're saying, hey, if we can get a little push on this line, we can have Huff get outside. If he wants to run, he can run, and they're creating space. They're creating time for these wide receivers to get open. They're creating time for Huff to be able to run the ball on the outside. And also to Ashton Hansen, they are getting a little bit of a push. And I don't think that Aberdeen Central necessarily thought that they would be able to get that. I certainly don't think Brandon Valley's defensive coaches thought that Aberdeen Central would be able to get such a push, but they're taking advantage of it. And at this point, I think it's got a little bit to do with toughness up front as well, and you know, having this front defensive line for the Lynx kind of push back a little bit.
Well,
We'll see.
Here's what I think, okay, and I'm going to be honest with you, okay, is that,
Lay it down,
and you know that we bring it to you colorful, we bring it to you with all honesty we can give you up here, because that's the only way we know how to bring it to you. To me, okay, and I've been watching Jesse Steffel for a long time in my life, okay, even coaching him in the 8th grade in the FBU. He is a difference maker on defense. He's a safety / linebacker, can cover really. We saw that last year, and we know coming in this year he was going to be a stout defender. He's off the field right now, and against Roosevelt, I think he had 9 or 10 tackles, and that's what he's truly at.
Yep.
And I just looked at our defensive stats, and I'm not saying our linebackers are who's playing for him tonight's not doing a good job. But they need that instinct. They need that guy that's just going to make Huff's life a little more difficult on the outside.
Yeah.
And who's going to be that player? Because Jesse Steffel tonight is not playing,
right?
Obviously.
Yeah.
He's in street clothes tonight with his jersey on.
Yep.
And so who's going to make that big difference? And somebody has to step up, because I'll tell you right now, if I'm the Eagles coaching staff, I'm doing the same exact thing that I did in the first half.
Absolutely.
I don't make adjustments offensively. Maybe a tweaker here, but nothing massive. And they're going to try to continue to get Huff out.
Yep.
That's what they're going to do.
Yep.
And who's going to step up? And we talked about it in the first half here, you got to get out of man coverage.
Yeah.
Because man coverage, like I said, everybody's chasing. They're not looking at the quarterback.
Yep.
So you talked about, and you made a great point, who's going to spy Huff at that linebacker position? Really, you have to, because he's, to me, their number one weapon.
Yeah, he is.
I mean, to be honest with you, and so we go to the stats, and right now, passing stats, we gave you rushing stats a little bit ago. Thomas Skolton throwing the ball is 4 for 10 for 62 yards.
2 drops in there.
Yep, and that's 2 drops, and I get it, but he's got to be more efficient.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if that's play calling. I don't know. I don't know what's being called, but he has to bring the Thomas Skolton from last year into this game and be efficient. Okay,
yeah.
and with his legs too. Huff 8 of 11 for 116 and 1 touchdown.
Wow.
I know we're highlighting him a lot, but he deserves it. He's really playing a great. He's playing a great ball game. He truly is what he's their offense. You've seen some little runs here and there by their running back that gains 5 yards, and I get that that's really good first down when you're gaining 5 yards, but he's really their offense. How do you stop him? I think you collapse the pocket on him, okay? Mm-hmm. Collapse the pocket. He doesn't – I don't think he really – and no quarterback at this level in high school is a pocket passer, trust me.
Right.
They're not seasoned enough. So keep him inside that pocket. Mm-hmm. Don't let him use his legs on the outside, and don't let him throw on the outside when he rolls.
And then hope he gets a little maybe claustrophobic in there and makes a mistake. We'll see. But it's easier said than done. It's easy for us to be up here saying that they can do it, certainly, no doubt about that. Before we start our second half, should we meet some of our sponsors again?
Let's go ahead. The Justin Oakland of Oakland Homes is your builder and developer of the lake at Aspen Harbor in the heart of Brandon. Coming soon will be great building lots at the new Twin River Crossing development. Give Justin a call for details at 605-553-5311. Bill Thompson, your State Farm agent, is the person to talk to for all your personal and business insurance needs. Bill is located at 312 South Split Rock Boulevard, or give him a call at 605-582-4343. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
And before I read this one, I just want to tell everybody, if you're not watching the Twins, because you should be watching us. If you're not watching us, shame on you. But the Twins did get within one. Two-run homer by Nelson Cruz makes it 5-4 in the top of the seventh.
He didn't even tell me that update. He just threw that out to you guys, and I'm surprised.
Yeah.
It was 5-2.
Yes, it was. So one more here, and then we'll get to the kickoff. Give Harry Buck with Hague Realtors a call at 605-366-0221, or go to harrybuck.com for any and all of your real estate needs. Harry and the team at Hague love turning dreams into addresses. Just remember the 3 rules of real estate: location, location, Harry Buck. So the second half about to begin. A little bit of a sluggish start for this Lynx defense, but their offense has been clicking for the most part in this game.
And your Lynx are going to get the ball.
Yes, they are.
How do they sustain a drive and put it to 2 scores?
Short kick, very short kick. And it is returned for the Lynx by, I believe that is Ryan Dahl. So the Lynx got good field position here, right around the 35-yard line.
Ball be spotted at the 35-yard line.
And we got some fireworks here as well. Hopefully the Lynx offense can splash a few fireworks out there as well.
Wow, that came out of nowhere.
That did, just like my Twins score. They are down, somebody just asked up here in the booth, they are down 5-4. Nelson Cruz just hit a 2-run homer in the 7th. 39 years old and still kicking it. Here is Tate Johnson. Boy, he is a grinder. He grinds. That was a 2-yard gain. He just kept going outside, outside, outside. All of a sudden, gain of 8.
I love that they're running out of that 2 tight end set over there. It's just a massive wall coming at that defense, and you almost have to overload. So watch. They know that they're liking to run. The Eagles defense likes the Brandon Valley Lynx offense likes to run to that 2 tight end set. Bootleg out, because that whole defense is going to flow.
Oh, yeah. Somebody's going to be wide open.
Sneak somebody out to the opposite side.
Here's Johnson, and this time it's not going to work. And there's the guy. He's got a touchdown tonight as well, Reese Burkhardt. He crunches him in the backfield. And that'll bring up 3rd down.
Big 3rd down already to start the second half is all about momentum right now in a tight game. With 10:45 to go in the 3rd quarter, you don't want to just go 3 and out here. You can't. There's no way, because you want to sustain drives and bury this defense a little bit longer.
Hold on to that momentum you got from that drive at halftime. 3rd and 3. They're going to give it to him, and he gets the 1st down. No problem. Burkhardt was in there on the stop. It took about half the entire defense to bring down Tate Johnson that time. Hunter Lamar in there as well. Lamar in there as well. And that'll bring up a 1st down for the Lynx.
And let's give it up to this offensive line, too. You're running the ball, and Tate's not getting hit for about the first 3-4 yards. And then he's making people miss after that. But that offensive line's doing a great job.
Yeah. Johnson over 120 yards now. Pass to the left side is caught by Jackson Hilton. A short gain on that one to across the 45. I think that was M.J. Jones in there on another stop. He's having himself quite a game so far.
Colton Hansen, 17 on the stop.
Check that. That was Colton Hansen. That does not mean that M.J. Jones has not been good in this game, though. 2 pass deflections. Colton Hansen, a couple of tackles for Aberdeen Central.
Staying with that heavy package, you have a kind of like a pistol set from the halfbacks. They motion those 2 tight ends to the left.
I had a heavy package come from Amazon. It was very heavy, a lot of books in there. 2nd down run for Johnson. There he goes. He could write a textbook about running the football inside the 20 to the 15-yard line.
Boy.
Wow.
Now, defensively for the Eagles, we talked about where's Brandon Valley like to run. They motion those 2 tight ends from right to left, and they're running there. They are not disguising it at all. They're going to go right to your face, and they're going to smash mouth it, and that's what they're doing here.
14-yard line, 1st and 10.
They know it's coming.
Right.
They can't stop them. Your mama can't stop them. Your daddy can't stop them. Of course, if your mother or your father were on the field right now, Randy Marshall would say, hey, you're not supposed to be down here. Get off the field. This is too important of a game to be screwing around like this, I think. So we'll get back to the action. 1st and 10 from the 14. Here's Johnson again. Inside the 10, inside the 5. He spins down. See if they give him a first down. Yes, they will. It's going to be 1st and goal. This is exactly what the doctor ordered for this offense, Ken. There's no doubt about it. This has been another great drive.
They're going hurry up here. The Brandon Valley hurry up. Look at that heavy package over there. Your fullback and 2 tight ends set to the right. Skolton wants to know what we're running.
Yeah, they're going to have to take a timeout. Gosh, that hurts. Alliance Communication is the leading internet, cable, and phone provider in the Brandon area. Alliance customers have 100% fiber to the home, and that puts them light years ahead of most homes throughout the county. Go Lynx.
At the First National Bank, their student checking account is perfect for those 25 and younger. It provides convenient access to tools like e-alerts and mobile banking while on the go. They are proud supporters of all things Brandon. Like the new baseball complex, the First National Bank Field at Aspen Park. The Pizza Ranch is a proud supporter of Brandon Valley activities and offer the finest pizza in town. Bring the family to their buffet before the game or order their delicious roasted chicken or pizza after the game. Call us at 582-6322, and they will deliver to your doorstep, tailgater, or wherever you are in town.
Picture this after the game. You get done with a Lynx win. You get one of those buffalo chicken pizzas from Pizza Ranch.
Thin crust.
Oh, think it won't be? Kidding me? Pizza Ranch, still the best. Thanks, guys. Thanks for sponsoring. Full house backfield. 1st and goal from the 4. Tate Johnson is the running back. They're going to hand it off to him. He pushes the pile. Can he get in? Yeah, he's going to be stopped. Right around the 3, so not much there on 1st and goal.
I like that formation, though. As they're not trying to get cute with it, they're just going to try to smash mouth you right up the middle. We'll see what happens here.
And we kind of talk about it every once in a while, too, with the Vikings. This is kind of what they did, too. Didn't screw around. They just went right back to it, right back to it, right back to it until you get the money. Can they get it this time? Johnson was hit hard at the line of scrimmage. That's going to bring up 3rd down. He might have gotten a yard, but it'll bring up 3rd and goal.
They're bringing in their 2 their 2 receiver set.
Mm-hmm.
Ball close to the 1-yard line.
Here's what remember Vegans, the tight end number 15.
Yep.
Sneak him out. They're looking for the run, play action. Just pop it right over the top. There's no safety there. Pop it right over the top of him.
3rd and goal from the 1. Ty McCann goes to the slot. They're going to fake it. They're going to throw it, and it's incomplete. I go for it here. I run the football right up the gut. I get that full house backfield in there again. I run the football right up the gut. If you stop them, great. You get the ball at the half-yard line. That's what I do.
They're going to go a 3 receiver set. Actually, let's see what they bring in here. Well, they're going to bring their power back in with a double tight end set.
That's Braden Dibdahl. He just checked in. 4th and goal from the 1. Either the Lynx score or Aberdeen Central's backed up. Wickersham and Dibdahl are blocking. Caden Johnson, he stopped. He didn't get it.
Wow.
That is a big
That's a defensive
stop.
stance. I'm shocked.
Yeah.
And the reason I am shocked is that I know this offensive line, and I know how they're coached, and it's all at that point when you have 3 yards and you're trying to get it in the end zone, and they failed 4 times. Okay.
Yeah.
it's all about if you want it more than the other guy right across from you. There's no defensive scheme. It's just pound for pound. You're going at each other. And that offensive nine needs to be talked to a little bit here on the sideline.
Well, they're talking already, and there's some angry-looking faces down there. And Jason Bisbee is going to be giving them an idea of what was going on. Chad Garrow giving them an earful as well. 1st and 10 from the 1. Huff, they're going deep. He's got his man. It is caught, and thankfully the wide receiver fell down, or that would have been a touchdown, a 99-yarder. Chris Weber made the catch. And just like that, they are out of trouble and out of their own end zone. Holy smokes, what a throw.
We didn't expect it. You never expect that play out of the end zone. It's really super risky. It's especially a deep throw like that. It's super risky. Everything's tightened up there. Wow, what a throw.
Yeah, great throw. High risk, high reward there. And it works out. 1st down from the 46-yard line. Aberdeen Central is looking to try to take the lead on this drive. A handoff up the middle. As Ashton Hansen is going to get about 3 or 4 yards. They'll give him 3. Bringing up 2nd and 7. Boy, a couple of times in this game, momentum has just shifted so quickly. Happened in the first quarter, and it's happening again.
That's a massive momentum shifter right there. I mean, massive. What just happened to the Lynx offense.
And now it's the defense that's going to have to step up. They didn't do much of it in the first half, giving up 14 points. They're going to run it. And about 3 more, so it's going to bring up a 3rd and short. Yeah, it'll be about 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5. Dante Miller is coming into the game. He's checking in for Isaac Rodriguez. And it'll be 3rd and 4, a big 3rd and 4.
And watch what we talked about. Watch Huff try to get up to the outside here. I know they're in an I formation, but the play action might be key here. Watch this.
And they jumped. Are you kidding me? That hurts. I think that might have been Riley Pletton. Pletton's first minutes of the game, and he jumps. And it'll be 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line. That's tough.
Yeah, and it's just mental. It's a mental part of the game, and it happens. We know it does. But mentally in this football game, it's almost like the Lynx mentally aren't in key in this game. We talked about how on those completed passes getting out of bounds twice. And
jumped off sides twice now.
Right.
In 2 big spots. Pass to the outside is caught by Chris Weber. Weber spins away. Looked like he was tackled there by Parker Reed.
And sometimes
Damian
as a
Shunke there
coach,
as well. Go ahead.
sometimes as a coach, a head coach, sometimes you got to gather them all on the sideline. And I don't care if parents are out here or not. You got to gather them up, and you got to mentally focus them. And sometimes that comes on the field, and sometimes you got to take the whole group.
Maybe do a little chewing.
Focus.
Chewing maybe. Well, there's another 1st down. It's Ashton Hansen. And now they fumbled. They fumbled! And it's picked up by Brandon Valley. Parker Reed picks up the fumble. It's Lynx ball. What a stop. Boy, did they ever need that,
They
Ken.
needed it. They needed it. But more than anything, they need to get that. I talked this last drive. It was kind of like a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, where we talked about how good the offensive line was, and then you got 3 yards, and then all of a sudden we just came stagnant as an offensive line. Take over this ball game, offensive line. You need to right now. That's the communication that should have happened on the sideline.
So the Lynx offense will get another shot here. That drive to start the half looked great, but they have nothing to show for it. 1st down from the 24. Here's Caden Johnson, and he's got a wide open real estate. He's to the 45, and he's taken down near the 47-yard line. Another nice run, some pushing and shoving after the play, but no problems here. Tate Johnson has just been tremendous tonight.
He has, and right there, the offensive line won. You got to keep on winning, and it's all about winning drives. And how do you do that as an offensive line? You're just really, to be honest with you, the scheme is mano-mano right now.
Right.
I mean, that's what they're doing.
Oh, we got a penalty. Never mind. Not quite sure. I couldn't hear the referee, but
After the penalty, ball started at the 21-yard line. First down, Brandon Valley.
so it'll be 1st and 5. Or excuse me, 5-yard loss, 1st and 15. They're going to officially say 14. Skolton throws, caught by McCann, his first catch of the night. Heads to the outside, and well, he's not going to get much. He went backwards a little bit, and there's some shoulder shrugging going on this Lynx sideline right now for coaches. Saying, where's he going?
We remember last year, Althoff would utilize that underneath screen from the X receiver, the outside receiver, and come underneath all the time.
Yep.
And that was huge for this team, that underneath screen from the wide receiver. And McCann just needs to turn the ball up, turn it up. Instead of going to the sideline, turn it up.
Well, it was a gain of about 6 yards, so it'll bring up 2nd and 8. They're going to play fake it again. What a throw! Vegans makes the catch. What a throw from Tommy Skolton. Oh, and this is not going to be a touchdown, though, even though he's in the end zone, because we're going to have a block in the back.
Yeah, tripping block in the back by number 3, Cillianson. Cole Cillianson. I think that's his 2nd penalty on this drive.
Wow. And his heart was in the right place there, but at that point, you got to let him go. You can't be hitting him from the back like that, Ken. We saw it all the way up here. It is a spot foul, so it will be a 1st down, but it will not be a touchdown.
Well, we talked about how important the tight end can be to this offense. You just saw it.
That was a great throw, by the way, right over top of the defender. That's a Tommy Skolton throw right there.
But we're seeing mental mistakes throughout this ball game so far, and sometimes that'll lose you ball games.
And this game's certainly not over. We're heading to the 4th quarter here soon, and Lynx are only up by 2 points, and they've held the ball most of this half. Pass to the right side is caught. That is Cillianson, who is trying to turn his night around. But, yeah, boy, 4 huge penalties. Get stopped on a 4th and goal from the 1. You had 1st and goal from the 4.
Yeah, there's been
some slippage tonight.
There hasn't been a lot of penalties, but there's been mental slippage.
Yep. But the ones that have been, the penalties that have been there, have been huge. Here's Tate Johnson. And he heads up the middle. And he gets a 1st down across the 30, down near the 29. The Twins have tied the game, by the way. It's now 5-5 in the 8th. That would be a huge victory for the Twins. And we got a tight one here.
Big injury coming off the field, I believe, number 85.
Uh-oh. Reese Burkhardt.
Yeah, he limps off to the sideline over there. He's been pretty big on defense and offense for this team.
So they'll get one more playoff before the quarter ends. 1st down and 10 from the 29. Johnson. Right up the gut. Across the 20 in the red zone again, and that will end our 3rd quarter with the Lynx dominating that quarter but not getting any points. It is 16-14. The Brandon Community Foundation is a permanent charitable endowment that supports activities that improve the quality of life for all ages in Brandon and Valley Springs. For more info, go to the website at brandoncf.org. The Brandon Valley Journal is your local news source covering all 11 Brandon Valley sports every week with stories and photos. You can get all the news in print online, so if you haven't already subscribed, do it today by calling 605-582-9900. 99.
Sign
99.
up.
Hey, got to finish the phone number. Sorry, go ahead.
Sign up for the Taco John's Rewards app on your phone for lots of deals and surprises. They have new and exciting products to choose from, and it's always made fresh just for you. The good folks at Taco John's want to thank you for your business. Go Lynx. The Brandon Valley Area Chamber of Commerce is a proud sponsor of Lynx TV. A strong local business community is vital for the positive growth of the Brandon Valley area. Remember, when you shop in Brandon, you support all things local. Go Lynx.
The Brandon Valley Athletic Boosters Club are hardworking, dedicated supporters of all Brandon Valley athletic programs, including Lynx TV. Sioux Valley Energy is the electric supplier for much of the Brandon Valley area and strong supporter of our community, including Lynx TV. They offer great service at reasonable rates. Go Lynx. Lynx back in the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 18. Play fake. Skolton, dump off. That one is caught by Wickersham, and a gain of about 8 or 9 yards. Were you shaking your head there, Ken?
I was, because I thought it was collapsing a little bit. I thought that you're running the ball, and I understand that play action is going to come off good running the ball good. Mm-hmm. But let's not remember it's a 16-14 game. Let's just not get cute. Let's just do what we do, and I want this coaching staff to stay true to who we are and continue to run the rock. Bury that clock. Put two scores difference on that scoreboard.
Two possession lead could be huge, considering how long sustained drives the Lynx have had. They had one that lasted almost 8 minutes. Didn't get any points. Up the middle, 1st down. Johnson runs again. He's got to be nearing 200 yards of offense here, running the ball. He's got to be at least knocking on the door. And the Lynx are knocking on the door here. They get, well, it's like deja vu all over again. 1st and goal from the 4. They did it last quarter, and they could not get the ball into the end zone. Can they do it here?
Well, here's what you do, okay? Thomas Skolton, as a senior, goes into that huddle and says, all right, guys, we didn't get it last time. Now it's yours. Now you go get it. You go get that end zone.
Smack those helmets around on that offensive line and let them do their work. 1st and goal from the 4. No messing around, and they're messing around. They fumbled the snap. And Skolton falls on it. Loss of 1, 2nd and goal.
Fumble on the play. Brandon Valley recovered.
Well, there's no rain in the forecast, I don't think, Ken, but when it rains, it pours here, doesn't it?
It does. Stay true.
Yep.
You don't need to throw it. And you certainly don't need to look at the Twins score right now. Yeah, you do.
Yes, you do. Twins just took a 9-5 lead. They may have just wrapped up the Central. We will see. 2nd and goal. Johnson up the middle. He is in. Touchdown number 3 for Tate Johnson. And the Brandon Valley Lynx get that 2-possession lead, Ken.
Heavy dose of the running game. That's what you need to be. Thomas Skolton doesn't need to win the ball game. Give it to that running back. Let the offensive line work, and good things are happening for this Lynx team on that drive.
And a huge drive, and they're going to go for 2.
It's an 8-point game right now. It's surprising that Coach Garrow's going to go for 2 here.
Yeah, I don't know about this. I try to get it 2 possessions, unless it works. Skolton coming back the other way, throws it. Siliuson can't make the play. So it's still a 1-possession game. That is a very interesting play call.
Yeah, so the difference in that, folks, if what we're talking about, we're kind of questioning what the decision there is that, so if it's an 8-point game currently, so it's a 1-score game. Remember, the Eagles can come back and tie it with a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. You kick the extra point there, it makes it a 9-point game. You cannot tie it with 1 possession, 1 score.
I I don't get paid to be the coach, but if I was the coach there, I'd be kicking the extra point. But that shows that this coaching staff has a lot of confidence in their defense.
I agree.
And this crowd's going to have to get into it a little bit here because we're getting in the nitty-gritty. Speaking of nitty-gritty, grand slam for Miguel Sano. The Twins have scored 7 unanswered runs and have taken a 9-5 lead. That's what good teams do. Should be a return here. Hansen to right around the 23-yard line.
Eston Hansen on the carry.
So here comes Austin Huff. We haven't really talked about him much in this second half. He hasn't really touched the ball yet.
Right. They've kind of taken out of his hands except for that end zone pass that went for about 54 yards.
Yep.
But otherwise, they've taken it. Their coaching staff has taken it out of his hands. Mm-hmm. It's going to be all his hands here coming up.
Yep. He's going to have to throw. We'll see. With 9:37 to go. They need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion, and he was very obviously down on that play. He did fumble it, but Hansen's not going to get much, maybe 2.
But he would have had to throw even more. They wouldn't be running the ball if it's a 2-score game.
Right.
It's a 1-score, so they can stay with the run a little bit here if they want to. There's a ton of time on that clock at 9:10 to go.
Certainly a head-scratcher, but like I just said, that shows a lot of confidence Garrow has in his defense. And that was a good play to start. 9 minutes to go in what has been a very odd game. And Huff, he took the snap. Maybe did he bobble that snap maybe and they got to him?
It looked like it.
Yeah.
One thing, let's rewind a little bit back and put it in Coach Garrow's favor of what he's thinking.
Yeah.
The reason that it's at 22 right now is because why? We missed an extra point. Remember that. So in the back of his mind is that we just came off a miss. Now what do I do? Go for 2 or give a little confidence back to my kicker?
Very Mike Zimmer-like. Huff on 3rd down. Look out. Look out. He's sacked. Huge sack by Sam Lemke, the senior. He gets it done. And Aberdeen Central is going to have to punt. Boy, him and Parker Reed came charging through. Much to the delight of the fans, Sam Lemke getting him fired up.
He's had a really big game tonight.
Yes, he has. He's a big reason why we're currently winning. Two Eagle. Decent. Don't touch it. Just let it go. 7:25 to go. The Lynx will have the ball at the 38-yard line.
And this is when you win ball games.
Yep.
Offensive line. I'm going to keep on harping on the offensive line because that's where it's going to be won. This game, always up front, is where ball games are won. And control the clock, control the field, control the line of scrimmage. They need to do that in this play or this series because they can seal this game with this drive.
First and 10 from the 38. They're going to give it to Johnson. He's going to be the closer. And he grinds his way across midfield to the 48-yard line. Another nice run for Tate Johnson. Not Caden Johnson, Tate Johnson.
Caden's that number 15 up north for the Jackrabbits, which won today too.
Yes.
Handedly.
Are they brothers?
I don't think so.
Because, boy, when I called Carter Altoff Cooper once, that was an ugly day. Got up in my face a little bit. Carter's a very intimidating man. They're going to play fake here. Pass it to the right side. Pass is caught by Vigans again. He's had some huge catches. And this one's the biggest one of them all. Gets a huge block into the end zone. That's a touchdown. And now we're going to have a fight.
Touchdown, Brandon Valley.
Ty McCann
Egan's cut the pass from Skolton for the
tried to throw a
touchdown.
block, and he got manhandled
Flag in the play.
and thrown to the turf by number 44, Mason Melhoff. That was cheap.
Okay, so whoever they call, sometimes the refs only see the second half of the fight. Okay,
Right.
so McCann's on top of him. Okay, so
Yep.
they might be seeing that. Now, was Vegans in the end zone when this is taking place? Because if it's a personal foul on McCann, if it does go that way, that's going to be negated, and that touchdown might be taken back.
Yeah, we'll see. Still trying to figure out here.
Wow, unnecessary roughness. Offense, number 6. 15-yard penalty assessed on the kick.
So that 15-yard penalty will be assessed at the kick. It did appear that we don't want to point any fingers here because what each of them did was not the correct thing to do. But that started with Ty McCann trying to throw a block. He got picked up and pulled down as the extra point is good. He got picked up and smashed to the turf, and then he got called for the penalty because it's like you said, it's not who starts it, it's who the refs see.
Right.
Which is going to be tough, but the Lynx do have a 2-possession lead. They're up 29-14 now with 6:37 to go. So hopefully they're in the driver's seat for a victory, but Aberdeen Central will have a short field here to try and get this back to a 1-possession game. So that is, boy, what a mess. What a mess.
So we have a pretty big stat to give you tonight. Tate Johnson right now, 25 carries, 231 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
My goodness.
But it's going to be interesting to see what Vegans has from that tight end position. I'm telling you, it's going to be a massive weapon as we go forward.
Yes.
It walked into this game as a massive weapon, and it's becoming one tonight.
And he's running the same route. He made 3 catches, 3 huge catches. But he's virtually running the same route every time. You'd think they'd figure it out.
But the other thing is he blocks so well on that outside. He's kicking a lot of things out for Johnson.
And Wickersham has been very, very good at the fullback position as well. So from the 25-yard line, they'll kick off, and he's just going to kick it as far as he can here. Ashton Hansen on the return. Good open field tackle, and that's not going to hurt him too much. To be pushed back 15 yards and get the ball at the 37, that is pretty good, and it was because Lake Trevere made a great special teams tackle.
Defensively, there's 6:29 to go. Lynx are up 15.
They're going to have to score fast if they want to stay in this game.
But there is a lot of time.
There is.
And you still have to play real good defense against a very good quarterback. When he's got time and he's outside the pocket, boy, he's something special, and he's shown it tonight.
Huff's out of the shotgun. They will throw, and they're going to have to. Over the middle, intercepted, picked off. It's Joe Colbeck. He heads to the outside, and he's out of bounds at the 21-yard line. A late hit comes, and there's no flag. So things are getting very testy here. That one was, we talked about how great of a day Austin Huff had. That was not a throw that he is going to remember fondly. That was thrown right between the 2 and the 7 of Joe Colbeck.
Yeah, as soon as we give props to him, he turns the ball over, a big interception. There was nobody there. There wasn't a receiver in sight.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's the wide receiver running the wrong route or what it is, but that's a massive interception.
So the Lynx will try and finish this one off with 6 minutes to go. Johnson is smashed in the backfield. Loss of a yard.
You're right. It is getting chippy out there. There's a lot of after the play contact, and yeah, you don't want to see that in high school, but it is a heated battle. I mean, you're looking at the AAA here, 11 AAA. Aberdeen was on the doorstep at halftime of knocking off the number 3 team and the reigning state champion.
Yeah.
And right now the wheels have come off a little bit for them, and so it's becoming a heated battle.
2nd down and 11. Nobody else has been in the backfield for the Lynx. It's been Tate Johnson start to finish. He stays on his feet, spins away, and finally is taken down by Raleigh Moore.
Hit by number 12, Hunter Lamar.
They're going to give Lamar the tackle because he was the first to hit him. As number 79, Ethan Dahl, comes limping off the field. That'll bring up a 3rd down. Big 3rd down here as we're under 5 minutes to play. Play fake. Skolton. Going to try and run it, and he does. And it looked like he had a wide open receiver, but he's just going to run it. And it will be short of the 1st down. It's going to be 4th down and about a half a yard. So we'll see what the Lynx decide to do here. I'm sure they will try to run this football and take some more clock off. And if they turn it over, then Aberdeen Central is going to have to score twice in about 4 minutes. Your guess is as good as mine on that one.
Fumbled snap. Aberdeen Central.
Second fumbled snap of the half.
I'm speechless there because you had Ciliuson motioning out from the receiver side.
Yeah.
And the snap is, and
Was he
nobody's
supposed
moving.
to take the snap? I don't know.
I don't know. Anyways, defense back on the field.
Boy.
There is. The Eagles have 3 timeouts, 4:11 to go in the ball game. They are going to put the ball in the air again.
It did not work out well last time for Austin Huff, who threw his first interception of the game. And that one is in the dirt. Incomplete, 2nd down. And it looks like Austin Huff is starting to press here because he is he's all over the place.
Well, and one thing about it is that the defense has kept him in the pocket this half. They really have.
Just like you said.
They kept him in the pocket. You don't see him getting to the outside at all here. And that's where he is arguably really good at.
And give the Lynx offense some credit because they played keep away this half, keeping the ball virtually out of his hands. Huff rolls, slips away from a tackle. And that is knocked away, incomplete.
Pass was knocked down by number 33, Damon Shunky.
Batted down by Shunky. Has he not had a good game?
And the other thing defensively is we know the Brandon Valley defense knows they're going to throw the ball now. So there's no disguising we're going to run the ball. So now you can put all your DBs. You can put your 5 DBs on the field and kind of spy them. And maybe that's what they did. They took maybe 33 for the Lynx and because he was right in the grill, I call it, of Huff there, and maybe he is spying him.
3rd and 10. Huff out of the shotgun. 4 minutes to go in the game. He will throw. Pass over the middle is caught, but short of the 1st down. Another nice tackle. Again, it's Damian Shunky.
Number 3 from Huff.
pass was caught by Hunter Payson, and it'll be 4th down, under 4 to play. And I think that's what they did. You called in the first half, Kyle, I said before, is maybe they need to spy him, and I think that's what Shunky's doing here, is he's just flowing wherever he's flowing, but he's keeping his distance there. That's why he was there for that pass. He's keeping his depth until Huff commits to the run. He's still keeping his depth, but he's spying him.
4th and 4, flags.
Timeout.
And, it's going to be a timeout. All right, once again, we'd like to thank our sponsors before this game ends. Justin Oakland of Oakland Homes. Bill Thompson, your State Farm agent. Harry Buck with Hague Realtors, Alliance Communication, First National Bank. Pizza Ranch, Brandon Community Foundation, Brandon Valley Journal, Taco John's,
Brandon Valley Area Chamber of Commerce, the Brandon Valley Athletic Boosters, and Sioux Valley Energy.
Thank you guys for making this happen for the crowd that's at home, wherever they are, around the United States, maybe in other countries. Who knows?
We have a really, really good following in Jordan, the country.
And it's all because of our sponsors.
That's right.
I don't know
That's
about the
only
Jordan
way.
kick, but
They love us out there. Dude, they love us.
so, hey, give us a twin score, huh?
It is still 9-5. We are
Okay.
headed to the ninth inning.
All right.
Miguel Sano, well, the Twins were down 5-2. They cut it to 5-4. Not sure how they tied it, but Miguel Sano, not only was it a home run, I think it is still in the air right now, and it was 10 minutes ago. He clobbered it. So the Twins have won, the Gophers have won, the Jackrabbits have won, the Coyotes have won, and now the Lynx need to win. Fourth down. Parker Reed's all over him. Huff's going to run. Huff's going to get the first down.
And Huff gets outside the pocket. That's where he's dangerous. He picks up a first down, 3:11 to go. With 2 timeouts remaining, a 15-point game. That's a lot of time still
Yeah,
in football.
it
I'm
is.
sorry, folks. It is. Anything can happen on a football field. I've seen it more than once in my life, and 3:11's a lot with 2 timeouts, especially when the chains move, the clock stops in high school football.
First down and 10 for Huff. Pace in the motion man. Uh-oh, look out. Lots of more pressure coming. They dump it off. Pass was caught by Ashton Hansen. But even that play, rolling out that long, that's a waste of 10 seconds, and they're not going to call a timeout. So it'll be a gain of 5.
Ball caught by number 24, Ashton Hansen from Austin Huff.
Dante Miller checks out.
Second down
Parker
and
Reed
5.
checks out. Braden Dibdahl, excuse me. He's back into the game. Huff will throw. Dibdahl was coming with pressure. Now he's going to run. And he gets out of bounds. He was across midfield, across the 35. They'll spot him down at the 33-yard line.
There he is, getting outside the pocket. He is extremely dangerous.
And what happened? Containment was broke. He cut right through our defensive end. So 2:27 to go. Aberdeen Central is pushing. 2 timeouts left, as you said. Touchdown, and they'll need to get the onside kick, which is really easy to do.
Really easy.
Oh, kidding me? I could do it. Huff dumps it over the middle. That one is into the turf, incomplete. Wonder what the success rate, even in like college or the pros, is for an onside kick. Got to be what, 5%?
Who
Less than
knows?
5%?
And here's the other thing is that so they don't get the onside. I'm not saying they're going to score, but so hypothetically speaking, if they do, it's like a minute 30 to go in this game, they still have 2 timeouts. You don't get that onside, you still have a chance to get the ball back.
There'll be some time. Yep,
Right.
there will be some time. Huff. Pass is caught. First down, a nice catch between the coverage. That's the type of Huff that we saw in the first half, because that was a good throw. I think that was Payson on the reception.
And the clock has not stopped. I'm not going to say anything, but it's supposed to stop when the chains move.
You are right. So Aberdeen Central gets screwed out of a few more seconds. Huff, gonna run. Going towards the end zone. He's gonna step out of bounds near, right around the 5-yard line.
I am surprised that coaching staff didn't see that. They ran about 20, right around 20, 21 seconds off that clock.
Well, there's certainly no animation and no anger. Maybe they didn't notice either.
Parker Reed's coming off with a shoulder problem. Number 44 for the Lynx.
Rub some dirt on it.
Number 89, Hunter Anderson, is taking his spot. First and goal from the 5.
False start.
They pitch it out. No false start happens. Even better, they're going to lose yardage.
Surprising that they run the ball there.
Very.
Super surprising.
And they're not taking a timeout.
Carrying the ball, number 24, Ashton Hansen.
Taking their time. 1:25 to go in the ball game.
They're going to run themselves right out of this game.
And they call a timeout after
Another wasted
13
15
seconds.
Unbelievable.
Go off the clock. 1:22 to go. And we're seeing some time clock mismanagement by that coaching staff over on the sideline.
Yeah.
29-14. Heck of a ball game. It's been very entertaining.
It has. And I think the Lynx really did take control of this game in the second half. I know it doesn't show it because I know that it only says that they scored 13 points. But I will say that I felt like the Lynx thoroughly dominated this second half, and I think their offense looked really sharp. Obviously, Tate Johnson looked incredible.
Vegans also the tight end for Brandon Valley. 4 catches, 99 yards, and a touchdown. It's been huge. He's averaging over 24 yards a catch.
Mm-hmm.
Been massive in the blocking game also for Johnson.
Second down and goal for the Golden Eagles.
I've touched Ken's hand about 16 times today, and I finally just grabbed it for some reason. Anybody knows I'm affectionate. Huff going to get taken down right near the 8-yard line. That's huge. That looked like Isaac Rodriguez. Final timeout for Aberdeen Central.
And he's holding his wrist. It's taped up. The Lynx are a little banged up here as their next game is away. And let me try to pull it up here. Yes.
You didn't get the schedule magnet that they were giving out?
I didn't.
Yeah, me neither. I told them no.
Anyways.
I said, why would I need one of those? I got a smartphone.
Anyways, I know they're away, but they are banged up.
Yep.
We talked about Jesse Steffel, the senior ball player that's actually out beginning of the game.
We're thinking it's Aberdeen Central. We're playing Aberdeen Central right now. Rapid City Central.
Okay. So we have to travel all the way west, way out there. And then you're back for homecoming
Darn right.
the next week.
Think we're not? It's going to be sweet. This is going to be a good year. .114 to go. Third and goal from the 7. They're spreading them out. They're going to throw it out wide. And he's going to be stopped, and the clock will run. It's going to be 4th and goal. As Weber.
One thing I don't understand, I'm not going to question the coaching staff, but, man, use Huff's legs. I'm not pulling for the Eagles at all,
Right.
but, boy, don't keep him in the pocket.
Yep. They're doing it here. Throw to the end zone is caught for a touchdown, and you just said it. Chris Weber scores, and they let him go outside. Wide receivers can get open. They can move around. They can improvise. They've done a lot of that tonight, and just like that, 48 seconds to go, and they're going to need the extra point here. They're going to need the onside kick, and they're going to need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion.
In 48 seconds.
In 48 seconds.
First part's good. The clock didn't move. 48 seconds.
All right.
So, you talked about the percentages of onside. Somebody at home Google us and text us what the percentages
I'm
are.
not giving out my phone number out here.
Okay, fine.
I did that once, and I had some hecklers. Let's put it that way.
Perfect.
They told me I stink.
How about tweet us?
It was Randy Marshall.
Tweet us.
Randy Marshall tweeted me, and he said I stunk. It hurt. Hurt a lot.
So onside kick, no timeouts. So you get the onside kick, you get to kneel it, game over. You don't get it, your defense goes up back onto the field winded. That's
Very
the
winded.
ball game. All in a nutshell.
They'll get the onside kick. Maybe.
Well,
And if they don't, they'll get a stop. Maybe. I don't
number 21, Tyler Two Eagle, can redeem himself
know. Yes, he can.
with an onside kick here, and a good one.
His kickoffs have been good for the most part. Too bad he can't punt it. He'll get over 10 yards.
Hands team on for the Lynx. Oh,
Game over.
Vegans, the tight end number 15, seals it. As they tried a little trickery there.
Yeah. I think it's safe to say who our player of the game, our game MVP, is going to be. And that is Tate Johnson, because he was a monster tonight. An absolute beast. Our favorite formation ever.
And so we did get a tweet
Yes.
or a Facebook message.
Yeah, people like us.
The kicking team, they have 3 out of 34 onside attempts, about 8% success rate. I think I'm saying that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, that's right. Okay. Okay.
So, well, thank you, Jenna, and I can't say your last name.
Oh.
Skorskowski.
Thank you, Jenna Skorshevsky.
There
Appreciate
you
it.
go.
Yes.
Thank you.
Son plays baseball. Very good baseball player.
I knew Kyle would
He
know.
didn't like my strike zone very much. I don't think a lot of players from Brandon did. But
Hey, we know somebody was listening to us.
yeah,
That's huge.
we got at least one.
That
It's
is
like the lady from
huge.
Ghostbusters. We got one.
And the Lynx, as it buries down with 4 seconds to go, are
Yeah.
victorious. They are going to move to 2-1 on this early season. The home opener, the Pigskin, victorious. It was a tight one, Kyle.
Yep.
But a W is a W, and it doesn't matter how much you win by. It goes into a notch, and there's some fireworks. A little premature on the third quarter, though.
Yeah.
remember?
That was odd. That's for sure. But we're going to go with Tate Johnson for game MVP, I think.
You can, but I'm really going to go. I'm super. I know Tate Johnson can do that.
Yeah.
We know that.
That's
you
true.
gain 1,000 yards in a year. You know you can do that. But I'm super impressed with Vegans, number 15.
Oh, yes.
Austin
Austin
Vegan.
Vegans had a great game.
We haven't seen a tight end who it was back in your day. He went to Augie, the tight end.
Nate Winter.
Nate Winter. We haven't
player.
seen a tight end affect a ball game since Winter did back in the day. Am
Yeah.
I correct?
Oh, you're absolutely right.
And
you're
his
absolutely right.
blocking was tremendous. So hats off to him. Hats off to the Lynx. Big ball game, big victory in front of a packed house this evening.
Yes, huge crowd. Bottom of the ninth for the Twins. They're up 9-5 with 1 out. They should hold on to win. Before we go, Vikings-Packers tomorrow. We're both biased. We're both Vikings fans. But still, who you got and why?
10 points, Vikings. Defense wins ball games.
Defense wins ball games. I will go, I'll say 26-20 Vikings. Let's go. Final score, the Brandon Valley Lynx 29, the Aberdeen Central Eagles 21. Everybody have a good night, and thank you for watching Lynx TV.